Hello everybody, I'm so excited to be back on YouTube and here in the shop carving on this Arms S510 custom stock again. It's been at least a couple weeks because the weather got hot and the new shop became unworkable. By about 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning it was so hot couldn't function, and that was because the roof is tar and gravel on top of plywood. And then underneath that plywood was my head. And it was baking hot as soon as the sun got on the roof. So I insulated R30. Started out with a load of the pink stuff from Home Depot. Oh my goodness, did that stuff stink. There's still a little tiny bit of residual smell. And I'm guessing that must be from formaldehyde, because the second batch, sorry I put my face in the way there, the second batch is, what's it called? It's John's Mansfill. And the paper is stronger, the bat doesn't have formaldehyde in it, and it doesn't smell. It was a much neater, cleaner installation. And they were $20 a bundle less than the pink stuff from Homer, where I used my veterans discount, but still at the local hardware store here, this other product was better, less expensive. And now, it doesn't matter to me what the brands are on the ceiling, because what I'm enjoying is here we are at about, it is 3:30 in the afternoon on a very hot day, and we're at 81 degrees in the shop. When you walk in here from the house, it actually almost feels chilly. But I bet after a half hour of carving, I'm not going to feel so chilly. So, finally, back at it. Oh, and there was another little project I did. The front fence was falling down, so I dug some post holes and put new posts in. And I've got sand here, this volcanic vent that I'm living on. So I just put the posts in the ground, packed it with the sand, a few inches, a little bit of misty water, and pack it with a tamper and a few more inches, and built it up. That stuff's in there like concrete. And I think it'll be easy to replace in half a dozen years when the pressure treated wood rots out, because the high quality wood that we get these days. That's a different subject. Alright, I'm going to get suited up and I'm going to do some carving. Well, I'm trying. It's just a little tight. The last I wore was for the fiberglass insulation. That's the nasty part of the job. You know what I'm going to do on the ceiling next is I'm going to put probably 1 inch. I mean, it could do ½ inch, but I think I'm going to do 1 inch expanded bead polystyrene. That's the white styrofoam. There's a product here locally that's got a plastic sheet on one side, and it's probably plastic on the other side, but it looks like foil. And I'm thinking the white side has all the branding, so I'm thinking on putting the foil side down. It'll have a homogeneous appearance to the ceiling. It'll be all reflective foil, but frankly I don't look up at the ceiling anyway. My lights are kind of down low, but I think that it might have some benefit in the winter keep the heat in. I don't know if I have R30 plus another R13 or so from the foam. That's a lot of R value. I don't know that I really need the reflective aspect of the foil, but hey, it comes with. So, but I'm going to do that to seal up all this fiberglass dust up into the ceiling, and just have a cleaner appearance. And then I don't have to remember how nasty that Pink Panther Dow Corning insulation was. Really, boy, horrible stuff. This other white colored product, this John's Mansfill. Yeah, great stuff, strong paper. I had to fluff it out. The pink stuff, as soon as it came out of the bundle, it pretty well fluffed itself out, but the white stuff I had to pick and pull, you know, and tease it out a little bit, but hey, that's no big deal. Alright, I'm going to get to work here. Alright, well that's great. I'm going to go over the bottom curve with the round bit and smooth that out a little bit, not that it really matters, but I can recut this and smooth that all out. And I left quite a bit of extra wood there. I don't know if you can see here, but this is still a Mondo thick, so got plenty to work with yet. And so, yep, that's the plan. This needs to be cut down more. I'm going to change bits, and I'm going to, oh, I wanted to cut this before I go back to the other bit. So let's see if we can get an angle on that. Ding! Alright. When I was first out of college, I worked in sweatshop drafting rooms. The old-fashioned kind of drafting. Pencil on vellum, pen and ink on mylar. And I worked, my first job out of college, I worked at Westinghouse in Vallejo, and their customer was Mare Island, the naval shipyard that built submarines. And so that's what I did. I did submarine design, but I don't remember. There had to be at least 100 people in this sweatshop of a drafting room. Rows and rows and rows of 6-foot drafting tables, and you know, the old-fashioned drafting light. We used a drafting brush smaller than this, triangles and pencils, and it was high-speed work. I mean, you had to bust your butt. It wasn't mamby-pamby, you know, like drawing for fun. I mean, it was really work. And so, you know, everybody's quiet, this whole room, and you hear this sort of a soft cacophony of this constant click-clacking of triangles against the parallel edge, and you know, it's just the sound of drafting. And then somebody might accidentally, while grabbing their brush to sweep the table, hit their light. Ding! And that would be all over at that point. Everybody break out the noisemakers, duck calls, banging on their lights, and it just would be a roar of pressure relief for a few minutes, and then it would settle down and everybody go back to work. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing mechanical design. I still do, except now I do it in SolidWorks. Alrighty, I'm gonna work this edge some more. I think this is the way I'm gonna do it. Zip, 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 zip. I mean, I could wait and just put it on the belt sander, but I think I kind of want to play with this and see how it comes out. I'm kind of doing this as a warm-up for the next project, so I'm okay sort of experimenting with different moves and angles, and you know, just kind of getting my head in this space, in the carving space. So that's pretty close. Let's see, do we have wood to carve? Yay, we have wood to carve. I'm going to give this a shot and see what this is like. There's not much wood to carve. Alrighty, there we go. You know what? Felt cool when I walked in here, but I knew I'd be working up a sweat once I started carving. Well, and it's warming up now. It's 20 to 4 in the afternoon, and we're at 84, so it's come up a little bit just since I got out here. Yeah, a little warmer than yesterday. Yesterday it topped out at 81. But I assure you, prior to the installation, I'd been up around 100. It was an oven. It was a solar oven. Okay, I gotta get suited up here. How are we doing on time? 20 minutes. Well, that's just about all people can stand. The 3 or 4 of you that actually look at these. You know, talking about which, if you were actually watching it this far and listening to me talk, which frankly I highly doubt, but if you are, please hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment maybe. What would be great is to subscribe. I've got 10 whole subscribers. If I get to 1,000 subscribers, I might start making a few bucks off of this. But anyhow, that would help. Thumbs up, subscribe. I know you hear it plenty watching other YouTube creators. I'm not really a YouTube creator. I'm a gunstock carver. But hey, I'm out there. I'm doing it. It's a lot of work and time. So I'd be grateful if you did that for me. Okay, here we go. luckily, I still have quite a bit of material to remove, because the cut I made with the flat bit here was ill-advised. This one came out better, but somehow this took off quite a chunk of material. But I'm not worried. I still got a mile of extra thickness and quite a bit of extra height here, and I'll be able to shape that. But sometimes when I get to this point, I get scared to try to carve it with the router too much more. It's really easy on some of these angles. You wouldn't think that it would overcut, but when I went over it with this bit, I was mostly in the air, but everything is still really big. And I think I'm going to go ahead and take the sides down a little bit more, get them closer to the finished height. It's like 4 times thicker than it needs to be. I mean, it's just monster thick. So yeah, I'm not really too worried, but I'm not going to make that pass again here. I'm just going to take it down this way, and finish this on the belt sander and get whatever I get after making a smooth. So there's really, I mean, I suppose there's a certain level of mistake that would be garbage, but most of the time these things that, okay, maybe that didn't perfectly copy the master, but by the time I'm through shaping it and, on the belt sander, it's going to be a smooth, sexy curve that it's going to work. Nobody will know that it might not have been exactly what I originally planned, but frankly, I'm over-speaking the case right now because I think I'm probably fine. In fact, why don't I just double-check, because I'm freaking out. So put that down so the stylus and the router bit are even. Now let's see how much air I've got here. How can that even happen? I don't know. It's the kind of the details that I'm always trying to work out. Let's see. Let's roll it up over here. Now when I say we have wood, I mean we have wood to carve over here, so we're not down to the master. We're not down to the master. We have wood. We have wood. All through that area I was tripping about. We are touching wood. We either have wood or touching wood or just barely miss. Is there anywhere I'm missing? Nope, it looks like I have wood everywhere. I have wood everywhere. I have no mistake. I have perfectly copied it. It'll be fine. Just got to take the sides down, round that over. This turns out not to be an issue, just look that way. Yay! Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I think I'll leave this extra strength in there for right now. I gotta go all around the curvy parts one more time. I kind of forget where I left off at, but I know I wasn't down to my final depth. So I want to go all around the buttstock and the pistol grip one more time at a closer level with the roundover bit. And then I'm going to flip it upside down. I'll make a video of it because this is a whole nother challenging. Oh, I don't have to with this stock. See, usually at this, I'm getting close to where I'd have to flip it upside down and copy the trigger guard opening. But this is a PCP gun. It doesn't have a trigger guard shelf cut into the wood. The trigger guard bolts right onto the action. So that's already a done deal. That's fantastic. And it looks square and even and in the middle. Golly, this is coming out great. What a beautiful stock this is going to make. Those colors and the figure in it, this stock is going to pop. I feel a little bad about making a righty only stock. I really like the partially ambidextrous of the Monte Carlo. Or a classic. American Classic has the same kind of aspect of being able to be shot from both sides. But this Air Arms rollover thing they do, which I have mimicked here, it's not their exact shape. This is the round oatmeal box shape, which is how I got that curve. Yeah, that's not really going to work for lefty, but it's going to look cool. Going to look pretty darn cool. Alright everybody, I got other stuff to talk about. I got to make some videos where we just talk about masonry, that's Freemasonry, and history. There's you know, everything that we know past about 100 years ago, I think it's all made up. Very little of what we know from about well, maybe as late as 1920, certainly in the 1910s, you know, in that range. Anything past that point, I think we don't have a clue what happened. I've been studying photographs and architecture, and along with a number of other historical researchers that I follow that are, you know, really doing the yeoman's work. But I follow it, and I'm pretty well educated on it, and there's a significant body of work out there to suggest that there was a major global cataclysm that has occurred repeating cycles. And we know about them from the 1500s to the event in about 1692. And then the most recent event was 1855, although some people think maybe 1852, sort of in that range. Some people put it just a little bit earlier than that. I'm kind of partial to 1855 as being the date when it happened. But we have photographs from the period that show the results of the cataclysm. We're not talking small. And we're not talking like the evidence is, you know, nitpicky and like barely discernible. It's in your face. It's all over. It's in San Francisco, Cincinnati, Ohio, Moscow, Russia, and London. It's all over the world. In India, Turkey, we see evidence of this global cataclysm. It looks like there was a rain of mud, rain of dirt came down. You know, I kind of wonder if maybe we the Zechariah Sitchin exploded planet model, the asteroid belt being half of what was a planet, that maybe some of that planet's oceans is floating through space as a giant mud patch. Right? I don't know. It's kind of a crazy idea. It's my own idea, but you know, I do astronomy. I have sort of an educated opinion on this. You know, maybe every now and then we fly through this mud patch and slurp, the Earth collects a load of dirt. And in the process, there is a significant loss of human life. There's kind of this suggestion that last time this happened, some few people took the opportunity to wipe out the previous free electrical power system, maybe free transportation system, and replaced it with the dirty and efficient monetizable system that we have today. Anyway, that's a whole nother subject I'd really like to do some videos about. Then I might get some subscribers. It's a hot topic right now. Anyway, guys, I'm going to check back in with you, you know, maybe when this guy comes out of the machine, because I'm almost done. You've already seen me do everything. I'm just going to go around and do one more time, just down to the final depth. So probably check back in with you when I'm at the belt sander here in a day or two. Okay, everybody, I'm out.